Well, got some more details on if you were considering joining L on Wheels. Got some more details for you on that. Also, finally going to put in the pics and stuff of my son's Court of Honor Eagle ceremony. That was pretty cool. Getting the oil pan replaced on the truck. And, of course, Rusty groomed on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a very, very fuzzy studio audience. He's getting groomed on Friday. Yep, that's Rusty, the world-famous Meatball Dog. Hey, YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. All right, today is Friday, the 22nd. Yeah, Rusty did get groomed this morning. That's why we had the old thing in the opening there. So, without further ado, all right, I had to show an older thing of Rusty from the last video because we wanted to, do the reveal and all that. So, here he is. Yep. Look how pretty he looks, all freshly groomed and everything. They did a real good job here in Wausau. Got his mouth really tight in that so it doesn't drag in the food as much. They trimmed his ears up really good. Left a little fluff on his head. Got him all trimmed down. Oh, yeah, see, he's got his diaper on, but there's the whole Rusty, the whole thing. He's looking good, isn't he? And right after I picked him up, we had to wait a little more time for a split to finish. And I kept smelling. I'm like, it smells like fresh-baked cookies around here. What am I smelling? It's him. He smells like fresh-baked cookies. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Right, Rusty? You can get close to me and cuddle up tonight. That'll be fine, because you smell like cookies. So there he is, the lovely groomed Rusty. I'll put some pics on, the Instagram and the Twitter X, whatever they call it, and all that stuff here also for you later on. Oh, yeah, and you'll see him again at the end getting his bag and strip. I mean, he got groomed today, so we had to give that to him after all. All right, parked here at the Quick Trip in Abbotsford, Wisconsin. Delivered my Lignite this morning. Dropped off Rusty first at the PetSmart. Oh, they did do a great job, as you saw. And I wanted to make sure I mentioned, who was it that did Rusty today? It was Christina, who did a great job, so thanks, Christina. She said, they always give you notes, and he said, did it great with most everything, snapped at me when cleaning his ears, otherwise very good. So they did a great job, as most PetSmarts do. I'm always happy with the grooming there. All right, so, a lot of people have been putting in the comments, well, what is the percentages? What are the more details? Yada, yada, yada. So Elliot did authorize me to go ahead and release some more details on that. Basically what it comes down to, if you're going to dispatch yourself like I do, then it's going to be 17%. So he's going to take 17. You get to keep the, what would that be, 83? Yeah, pulled out the old calculator here, yes. So he would take 17%, and you would get 83% of the load. That's a lot better than a lot of the companies out there. I know a lot better than Landstar. It may be not as good as some others, but the advantage you get with L on Wheels is if you are truly an owner-operator who wants to operate as if you had your own authority, but don't want to have to deal with the extra hassle of the paperwork and so forth, then like I do, that's the way I run it, and I really enjoy doing that. That's how this is going to be a good fit for you, okay? So there's your details. 17% to him, 83% for you on every load you book. And by the way, I can tell you this from experience, if you get detention on a load, that's 100% yours, okay? Turquoise, I used to work for years ago, they would take still their, at the time it was an 80-20 I think I was doing with them, and they still took a percentage of the detention. I'm like, well, that's kind of unfair because that should all go to me because it's all affecting me only. But that was their deal, okay? So if there is detention, that's all yours. That would apply to a layover as well, because again, you're the one being inconvenienced in that. They're just taking a percentage of what you booked the load for. And of course, if you're doing the dispatching, you're booking the load, so you have the control there too. And like I said, if you want Elliot to dispatch you on all the loads, well then he's gonna take 20% and you get 80, okay? So he needs to make a little something for having to spend all the time searching for the loads for you and booking them for you. I think that's only fair. So he's giving you a couple of options right there. And then just like I do, you pay your plates, you pay your bobtail, and I've had to pay that with anybody I've ever leased to on my own. And then he pays the insurance for you for the load stuff, but then charges you weekly for that. He charges you weekly for the plates. He may ask for more up front if he's having to, put down more money to initialize the plates and stuff. That's all details you can deal with him. So essentially, like I say, if you're going to dispatch yourself, 17% is what he takes, and of course then everything else, like you would with almost any other carrier, is going to be charged to you on a weekly basis. He does not charge you for the ELD, I can tell you that. He does charge you, like, every transaction you do on a fuel card. Well, that's standard with everybody, okay? So like I say, his terms are very fair, so that should hopefully answer all the questions. Okay, what I didn't want to show in the last video, because I didn't want to make it too long, is when I got my oil pan replaced at the Southern Tire Mart, right next to the Flying J in Cheyenne. Look at this. All right, right there at the Southern Tire Mart in Cheyenne. Look, there's my old oil pan right there. Kind of propped up against that thing. And then we'll take a look here at the new oil pan. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Not covered in oil and grease and everything else like all the other stuff under the truck. I got over 1 million miles on this thing. What do you expect? But don't that look nice? Yeah. I did also bring them 4 trailer shocks to replace. And I brought them what I thought were 2 steer shocks. Floyd's Freightliner gave me the wrong one, so I had to buy the 2 steer shocks from the Southern Tire Mart, but their prices were not that much higher than what I'd pay for the ones I bring on my own. And Southern Tire Mart only charged $143 an hour labor, even if I brought them the parts. That's one of the best I've found out there in recent times. Plus, when they were doing the trailer shocks, they also determined that my brakes on my rear axle on the trailer needed to be replaced. I just did the front right axle on the trailer not too long ago. The left front axle is still okay. So at this point now, I've replaced almost all the brakes on the trailer. I did the drums not too long ago. So I know that left driver's side front axle brake is probably going to need to be replaced. I'd say probably in the next 6 months or so. But we're getting there. We're like kind of trying to take care of everything we can. And again, overall, the prices there at the Southern Tire Mart, I was pretty happy with right there in Cheyenne. Okay, now, for those of you who don't care about my family and all that, just move on. We're almost done. But gotta show off my son Ben, who just got his Eagle through the Boy Scouts. And so he had the whole Court of Honor ceremony and everything. Here's some video and pics of that.
Now the trail was steeper. Leadership was challenging and also hard work, but I persevered, climbing the steep trail. Soon it led me to the life rank. The badge of life, a pure red heart on a golden field, showed all the world the path I had chosen. True to the ideals of scouting, I had gained an inner confidence that was to prepare me for the rest of my life. The trail became even tougher, but more interesting. I thought, now I am close enough to Eagle. I will carry over.
You are now entering a selected group who have not only achieved the Eagle Scout rank, but have made a commitment to the Scout Oath and law. You will always be an Eagle Scout and will be expected to conduct yourself accordingly. Benjamin Woolsey, I charge you to accept this Eagle Scout rank without reservation and uphold the ideals of honor and service. Repeating the Eagle Scout promise before your fellow members, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. If I could have all Eagle Scouts in the audience, please rise.
That was Derek Hammer and a friend of my both sons helping him introduce that. There's Derek and Ben on the left there. And there's all his achievements over the years as a Cub Scout. All right, I was up yesterday afternoon, drove all through the night, through a whole bunch of snow and everything as soon as I hit Minnesota, all the way up here to Wisconsin, and I've been dealing with that ever since. I probably still have 2,000 pounds of snow and slush and ice and all that all over the trailer. It's freaking ridiculous. Pick up the cereal tomorrow, going back to Cheyenne for a Monday morning delivery, and I've been busy trying to get other loads booked. Coyote's been kind of the bane of my existence. They've been not wanting to pay me enough for this other one that'll get me up to some kitty litter to get back to Wisconsin for the cereal again next week, blah, blah, blah. Gonna try to get all that finalized. Elliot let me know I kind of butchered the quote from Zombieland at the end of the last video, so I'll have the corrected one at the end of this one. All right, just a short update. Thanks for tuning in for that one. Had to show Rusty, show the other stuff, the repair thing, my son's thing, and of course give you more details on percentages if you want to join L on Wheels. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, X, Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, Out. See, you just can't trust anyone. I finally let a girl into my life, and she tries to eat me. Alright, you definitely have to get your bacon strip today after getting groomed, right? Don't you think so? I think so. I think it's only fair. You ready for it? You ready? Yes? Alright, silly dog, there you go. Yeah, he has to get one after getting groomed. I think that's only fair. Right, Rusty? Because you are loving that bacon strip. He's loving that bacon strip. Happy, happy dog. And he smells like cookies. You couldn't ask for more than that, I tell you. Yep, one more piece there. Lap it up, silly dog. You got it? You all good?